Hi, second grade. Right now I'm going to go over with you our writing for the week. We have been working on opinion writing during this distance learning period. And this is the same format of sheet that you got last week, but we are going to go over it a little bit just so you have a little better understanding and explanation of how to use this sheet. This sheet, the prompt that we came up with this week, has to do with the story that you read earlier this week, Why Fir-Tree Keeps His Leaves. This was a plant myth about these different types of trees. We had the fir tree right here, which looks a little bit like a Christmas tree. And then we had some other types of trees that were different than fir tree. And if you read the story, fir tree wanted to be like his friends. His friends, their leaves changed colors, and then eventually they lost their leaves in the winter, and fir tree stayed green, and he did not lose his needles or his leaves. So throughout the story, he really wanted to be like his friends, and he kind of didn't understand why he was different, and he didn't want to be different. And at the very end of the story, as you will read or have read, he discovered that there was a reason he was made different, and there was a purpose, and there was something good that came out of being different. So for your opinion writing today, we said in the story, Why Fir-Tree Keeps His Leaves, Fir-Tree wishes he was like his friends, but later he learns that it's okay to be different. Do you like being different from your friends? Explain why or why not. So here's where you get a chance to tell your own opinion. So think about that question for a few minutes. Do you like being different from your friends? Fir-Tree started off not liking being different at all, and he had his reasons. At the end of the story, he became more okay with being different, and he found a few reasons why he liked being different. So overall, in general, just pick one opinion. There are times where you might say yes to both. Sometimes you like being different, sometimes you don't. But pick one for this writing purpose, and choose whether or not you're going to state the opinion that you do like being different from your friends or you don't. Now, every good author starts with an introduction, a strong introduction. My class sometimes calls it a hook because it hooks us into the story, it gets us interested, and makes the reader want to continue to find out what's going to happen next. So in our introduction, they gave you some starters. It says, what is your opinion? Choose a sentence starter and complete the sentence. So you can start with I think, or in my opinion, or if you ask me. So I am going to say, if you ask me, I'll choose that last one. So I'll say, if you ask me, and you would then choose which opinion you're going to state. And I don't want to necessarily do this whole writing myself because I want you to have a chance to process and think about it for yourself. But here's where you'd say, if you ask me, I think it is good to be different from your friends or from my friends. Or if you ask me, I would rather be very similar to most of my friends. So you pick which one you want. And now here, the body of your writing is going to be called your support. So whatever opinion you stated, whether or not you want to be like your friends or you like to be different, you're going to then think of a few reasons why. Why did you choose that statement? Why did you choose that opinion? One reason I feel this way is, so you could write about, now I'm going to pretend I'll write this from Fir-Tree's perspective, and I'm going to say, I'm going to talk about how Fir-Tree felt at the beginning of the story. So if you ask me, it is better to be like your friends. Now I said I am writing Fir-Tree's opinion from the beginning of the story, and he would have a different piece of writing by the end. So you really choose whatever you think and what you think is better. So if I were Fir-Tree, one reason I feel this way is, and if I think back to the story, is he really wanted to have things in common. He wanted to be like his friends and to be able to do the same things. So one reason I feel this way, or Fir-Tree felt this way, is because it is fun to have things in common with those around you. That's really what Fir-Tree wanted at the beginning of the story. Also, and then Fir-Tree would, if he was writing this opinion, he would write another reason why he wanted to be like his friends, why he wanted to have similar interests and do things together. Another reason, so you're going to come up with 3 different reasons why you can back up or support whichever opinion you put as your introduction. And then last but not least, after you've given your 3 reasons, remember we're looking for punctuation at the end of sentences. If you're using these sentence prompts, then they already started with a capital. If you decide to add another sentence here, make sure it starts with a capital and ends with a period. At the very last thing, we talk about the conclusion being like the bow on a package. You just need to wrap it up and tie it up so it's all done. So it says, remind the reader of your opinion, but tell it in a different way than your introduction. So it's going to be similar. It's going to somehow be similar to your introduction, meaning you're going to repeat what you had said at the beginning, but in a little bit of a different way. So if you ask me, it's better to be like your friends, is what I put for my intro. So I could say, these are a few reasons why I think it is better to be similar to your friends. Or let's see here. What else could be my opinion? I think it is great to be like my friends. I wish I were more like my friends. I'm going to go ahead and choose and say, these are a few good reasons why I like being similar to my friends. Remember, that's not the only thing I could have concluded. I could have said any number of statements that kind of repeat what I said in my introduction. So once I did that, I should have a full piece of writing that started with an introduction, which gave my opinion, gave at least three different good reasons why you think that, and then wraps it up with a sentence that is pretty similar to your introduction. All right, we will keep working with this. You guys are doing a good job. We're reading over your stuff. We see that you are putting in effort, and we really appreciate that. All right, can't wait to see what you think about this opinion writing. Bye.